Hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the session. Let me quickly check if it's working. Let me know in the comment section in case anything goes the other way. Those who don't know me, I am Niharika John Mehra. I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now. And especially if I talk about competitive exam English, it has been more. You will get many other sessions here जो कि यहाँ पे live होते हैं. Do check them out. Very helpful guidance के लिए practice. Okay, so subscribe our channel now. Like and share कर दो जल्दी से वीडियो को so we can have more people here. And ये timer based practice हम कर रहे हैं. It's always that way so that we also know in our mind, back of our mind कि कितना time हम दे रहे हैं. Okay, we are going to start in a minute. Let more people join the session and फिर हम start करते हैं. So here you will get a timer और आपको वन बाय वन हम क्योंकि मॉक टेस्ट नहीं है वन बाय वन वी आर गोइंग टू डू द क्वेश्चन एंड अंडरस्टैंड द रीजन ऑफ द आंसर बिहाइंड. दैट्स योर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. आंसर आपको यहाँ चैट में देना है. गेट गोइंग. Okay. Such questions, 25 seconds enough. Follow a formula that is POD, point of difference. ठीक है. ऑन हर जगह सेम है. ओके यहाँ पे ऑन भी हाईलाइटेड होना था. पार्डन मी फॉर दैट बट आई थिंक ये अंडरस्टूड था. तो यहाँ पर आपको वहां पे चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इट वॉज एक्चुअली यूजिंग अ करेक्ट टेंस ओवर हियर. आंसर ऑफ कोर्स इज सी. The success of the new scheme will depend on the interest rate offered by the government. Now, why will? Why is depending or will be depending is wrong? Now, depend primarily as a verb stative verb होता है. Like हम उसे continuity में depending वाले form में use नहीं करते हैं. So we do it in some cases, rare cases. ठीक है. So the success of the new scheme, will keep it clear cut. It will depend on something, right? इसलिए टेक्निकली इज के साथ आईएनजी, विल बी के साथ आईएनजी, विल बी डिपेंडेंट ऑन विल के साथ बी एंड देन एन एडजेक्टिव, ये सब सही फॉर्मेट है. बट जो बात बोली जा रही है इसका कॉन्टेक्स्ट जो है फ्यूचर में कुछ चीज किसी पे सक्सेस जो है वो अभी न्यू स्कीम है, राइट? तो वो देखने को बाकी है अभी. उस तरीके से सोचो. थिंक दैट वे. दैट्स योर आंसर. आंसर आपको यहाँ चैट में देना है. Avail takes off after it. Okay, in case you don't know this, avail and when then we use a reflexive pronoun and then of. This is how the structure goes. Now यहाँ पर जो बोला जा रहा है, we are saying students who are not able to avail them. Avail अपने बाद में लेगा reflexive pronoun. Them will take selves after it because it is plural. Themselves is not even a word. It is absolutely wrong. Avail of ले रहा है अपने साथ में, but who are availing, respective reflexive pronoun is mandatory. So avail, I will avail myself of A, B, C, D, whatever it is. Okay. So themselves of this opportunity, and this was same everywhere. उसमें आपको चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं थी. B is the answer. Worldwide, about 1.2 million people do not have none access. If you're already saying not have and then saying none, double negative nahi hai. So, no, the given one, and other options having not, of course, will not be used, and that's why any. If you're negating something, तो आप आगे चल के any बोल सकते हो. Answer here is B. Had you been more careful while driving, the accident would have been avoided, could have been. This is the structure of conditional type 3. Conditional type 3, या तो if से शुरू होगा and then past perfect will be followed. If that is not there, you can directly start with past perfect, had been, and you have to inverse it. That means first helping verb आएगा, फिर आपका जो भी subject है वो आएगा, and then main verb आएगा. So inversion, law of inversion plus conditional type 3. अगर आपको ये दो concepts पता है grammar के, then definitely you will be able to do such question. No other explanation is required for this because that's a fixed structure that we follow. I would like to encourage you to answer here. Nobody is going to judge you even if it goes wrong, but it would be great seeing you how you guys are participating in the practice. Very simple question. If I were you, I can take were. I usually takes I was about to call you. I was very happy to know about so and so. But here, if is the structure. This is type 2 conditional, where after if you use simple past tense, and even if you are using any singulars like I, he, she, आप उसके साथ भी वर लगाते हो because we are supposing I cannot be you. This is a hypothetical situation. So if I were you, I would never purchase a second hand vehicle. No correction required. That's your next question. This is a complete arrangement. आपको पैराजंबल का क्वेश्चन है, ABCDE 5 सेंटेंसेस को अरेंज करना है. पैराजंबल्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक होते हैं, इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक होते हैं. फॉलो दोज थिंग्स जो मैंने आपको पिछली क्लासेस में सिखाई हैं. आपने नहीं अटेंड करी हैं, आई विल मेक श्योर टू गिव यू अ क्विक रिकैप व्हेन आई एक्सप्लेन द आंसर. राइट नाउ try to arrange these sentences into a meaningful coherent paragraph. You have to send your complete answer here. You can check. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds more. By that time, you can just check if you want to make any change or something. Okay, answer is ECBAD. Okay, ECBAD. थोड़ा सा EC तक तो सबका ठीक बना है, but let me tell you how to do this. Again, two concepts. Inverted triangle. Okay, that means that you have to mention broader information first and then narrow down. Second is that you have to make pairs and then bring them together. Don't directly jump to the final answer here. Let's see कि क्या क्या यहाँ पे important words हैं. Neither had it tracked VCs in the wild, nor had it proved damage done to parties. So ये it क्या है और ये VCs क्या है? Of course cannot be my first sentence. Now it relates to something now. Supreme Court has found that the RBI order failed. There is an order that failed the proportionality test. Okay. These entities, plural, had protested that the move was arbitrary because the government did not have a position and unreasonable. So something happened, and these entities, I want anything plural, as alleged and not proven. It had been activated by a moral panic about currencies which are beyond its pale, not only because they are not fiat. अभी सोचेंगे कहाँ लगाएंगे. D is also not giving us any strong reason to use it somewhere. In 2018, something is happening, something is being introduced. In this year, the RBI, देखो RBI का full form है और VC का भी full form है. Not just full form, not on the basis of full form alone we can put it in the first place, but we can see here we are understanding RBI prohibited banks from dealing with entities including exchanges and individuals using virtual currency. So ये entities कौन है, क्या हुआ, कब हुआ, everything is very clearly mentioned in this. Okay, now we can see this A, what is happening in A, that neither had it tracked, means something जो भी it है, it failed in tracking and it proved nothing, no damage done. So this is a failure, and we can see there is another failure mentioned in B. So B and A, they need to come together, and neither nor will come afterwards because it is a pronoun. We are talking about order. The order failed. Or this order did nothing in tracking, it did nothing in proving. So B and A are a strong pair. E is your first. Okay, these entities, since we have mentioned entities in E, C एकदम उसके बाद में आ जाएगा. Okay, so E and C are a pair. E being first, C becomes the second. B and A are also a pair coming together. All you had to do was put a little bit of effort in understanding where D will go. Okay, now D says, as alleged, it had been actuated by a moral panic about currencies. Now something that was actuated, that was activated, we are giving a reason that how come this failure happened. So first you talk about what exactly happened. Order failed, and usi failure ko we are extending and explaining in A. Now we are saying it had been, I mean later on in D, if we use BA and then D, तो D में हम बता रहे हैं कि एक्चुअली हुआ ये था कि मॉरल पैनिक की वजह से ये ऑर्डर जो था वो निकाला गया था. ओके, दैट्स व्हाई EC BAD, D बीच में नहीं आएगा because it will break the flow of other things. There is no other place to put D but at the last position. I hope this is clear now. Any doubt? Because that's the mistake you have done. BA का pair भी बना है, D you have misplaced. Two of you have done that. Okay, understand this. If I am not mentioning, okay, it had been actuated. What is this it? We don't know. So first you have to mention the noun, right? That noun is this order failed order. So D cannot come before BA. And then there is no other place left. Let's do some fill up now. So you have one fill in the blank, and you have 4 options. You are supposed to choose those 2 words which can come here individually. Like दोनों को साथ में नहीं आना है, but yeah. Make sure to like and share the session, guys. Okay, given more than needed time. Just for first question, answer is this. The one dash note in an otherwise harmonious 12 months. Otherwise harmonious matlab ye note was opposite to harmonious. That's why discordant and contrasting was the controversy. The whole sentence is negative, and that's why discordant, contrasting, where things are not matching up, not going together. Diversifying is a neutral word. It's not a negative word. Displeasure, see, harmony की बात हो रही है. So that's why otherwise harmonious 12 months. Otherwise harmonious, so this one was not harmonious, and similar tone के words B and C. Very simple. I'll give you less time now. You should answer quickly here, so I should not be giving you this much of time then. Unlike previous US administrations, Washington's new strategy ends the practice of hyphenating, dividing India and Pakistan. Now, see, dividing these two places, these two countries, that makes sense. Hyphenating is an action of using a hyphen technically, but what do we use it for when we want to separate two words? Usually if there is a compound noun और बीच में हम hyphen लगा देते हैं, so that we know there are two different words brought together to separate them simple language में. To separate, divide करना, अलग करना, hyphenate करना होता है, and that's why A and C. Combining makes no sense because you cannot combine two countries, and ruling also, as per the sentence, gives you no meaning at all. Another dash of growing intolerance occurred in UP. So another what? Another something of intolerance, and this whatever it occurred, मतलब वो ऐसी चीज होना चाहिए जो कि occur होने वाली हो सके. So evidence आया, occur हुआ, demonstration, something being displayed that occurred. So both of these things we can say. Now talking about syndrome is a condition, and that's why हम उसे use नहीं कर सकते. When we talk about a manifesto, that is a program, a proclamation, a declare करना किसी चीज का, तो वो भी यहाँ पे sense नहीं देगा. Consolidation in the traditional movie industry comes in the face of competition from new producers of something audiovisual content, of compel करने वाले, fascinate करने वाले, मोह लेने वाले. It's not imperative, it is not important content such as Netflix, of course not imperative. Enthrone is to put somebody at a position, in a position where you respect them a lot. Throne पर बिठाना, उसे set off. Next one. Keep answering here. India must dash to bring. So India must strive. Strive means struggle hard. Like you should strive sometimes to make sure that you are getting all questions right. So strive is not always negative, but pushing oneself hard. An attempt. This is a simple word. A lot of attempts put, that is strive. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा इंटेंसिटी का डिफरेंस है, बट यू कैन यूज बोथ दी वर्ड्स. ओके, ट्रायल, आई होप दिस इज नॉट द वर्ड वेयर यू वुड वांट माय हेल्प इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग this word. A wala essay, not e essay that you write. Okay, essay is assessment of something. Okay, analysis, check करना किसी को. तो assessment से essay with an a वाला use होता है. Now we have some connectors question. Please go through the instruction, understand exactly करना क्या है. Okay. Now you have three sentences. You're supposed to provide, you need to go through the options, choose the one that provides the correct combination of connectors. Means A and B to be connected with something, and then B and C in extension to be connected with something else. That's the job here. Okay. I can't understand the ma'am 8 class. Sorry. Acha, 8 p.m. class, if you're asking about, that was just for the last class. I think announced in that class. My timing is going to be 1 to 2 p.m. It was just for that one day, Saturday. So there were many engineers in the organization. In such questions, please try to first, in a nutshell, put the idea in your mind कि बोल क्या रहा है. So there were many engineers. They were working simultaneously on multiple projects. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है in these two sentences, that's in contrast. Okay, there were many people and simultaneously they were working. So simple use of and will help us to connect A with B. Okay, the manager usually worked on a single project. Now here you have a contrast because engineers are simultaneously working on multiple projects, many projects at the same time. But there is something else going on with the manager position where they work only one project at a time. So this is whereas वहाँ पे B, A, B together are going in contrast with C. So that's why, so the second and the fourth one. I think you understood what is to be done now. थोड़ा टाइम लेके करो इसको अच्छे से. Exactly. बट फर्स्ट दो में नहीं होगा मुकुश. कि पहले दो है, दोनों पॉजिटिव है, दोनों में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो कॉन्ट्रास्ट में जा रहा है. तो इन फर्स्ट एंड टू द फर्स्ट कनेक्टर हैज टू बी एंड. सेकेंड वाले में आप बट यूज कर सकते हो, बट देन वी डोंट हैव दैट कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सेकेंड एंड फर्स्ट, राइट, आंसर्स के लिए. Okay. Need a little bit of more time? Go through it. Very good. So the Indian government, आपका main words क्या होंगे? Government has been debating over best way of to leverage foreign investment. The opposition has questioned. Now government is doing something. Opposition has questioned lack of policy. They believe that the process of infra should not be affected by outcome. ये दे कौन है? Opposition है. Some important words we have already understood. Now A and B, two things are taking place where one is doing something, another one is doing something else. That's why we need to use while. The Indian government has been debating over the best way to do something, while in the same time period when the government is debating, opposition has questioned something more. So यहाँ पे while का connection है between A and B. Okay. From this, you understand that there are other options which we can easily eliminate. Now the third one with second and the fourth. Second is since. Okay. Since is used as because. And then we have if. See, there is no if condition here at all. Therefore, ये गया आपका आंसर बिना चेक करे भी हो जाता है. But if you want to check why they are questioning, there is a reason. Because since as भी आ सकता था, third and one also could have been there. As, since, because ये सब एक जैसा काम करते हैं. For, as, since, because, for सब रीजन बताते हैं. तो यहाँ पर आप सेकंड लगाकर सी वाला सेंटेंस बोल सकते हो. Exactly. All four, because, since, as, for. We could have used. Excuse. He did not realize that he was late. He did not realize one more thing. So there are two things he did not realize. Simple है. नॉर से connect हो जाएगा. So at least for the A and B, for the first pair we have nor. All options are out in just that, and there you go. That's your answer. So he did not realize that he was late for the meeting, nor that he had left the documents. So आपको इसको repeat करने की need नहीं है. Okay. Then, but he had his laptop with him, so he left the hard copy at home, but he had the contrasting part is there. He has his laptop, he had his laptop. तो यहाँ आप उसको second but से connect कर दोगे. दो यहाँ use नहीं हो सकता था. दो also talks about contrast, but the placement of it, जिस जगह पर हम दो यूज करते हैं वो गलत हो जाती. We cannot use दो between B and C, and that's why दो was also wrong in this case. Or in both sentences has not. No. So when we use to negation using any word, no, never, not, any negation, You can connect them using NOR. So answer here is C. Most of the foreign IT companies were unhappy with the new data localization. So many were unhappy, short and simple. Indian IT companies, foreign IT versus Indian IT, were not bothered. Very simple है, यहाँ पर हम but या फिर while लगा सकते थे. So we could have used second one or we could have used the third one. We are left with three options. Okay, now let's see how is the connection gonna be in the rest part of the sentence. So some companies were unhappy, other Indian companies were not bothered. Their policies were already aligned with the new regulation introduced by the RBI. There was a reason why Indian companies were not bothered. So reason को लगाने के लिए I have only two options here. Fourth one which is not given in any of my options here. So fourth वाला होता तो use कर लेते. Since is only in option number C. So that's why that's your answer. For A and B, I cannot use the first one, no? Understanding? Mukush? First one cannot connect A and B because foreign versus Indian IT companies. Foreign were unhappy, Indian were happy in other way. So here is the relationship between them which is in contrast. Since cannot be used here. Ah, now we are going to do a cloze test. Cloze test requires a flow, understanding the whole passage and then selecting your options, your words. So I'm not gonna interrupt you in between. I'll simply show you all the options first for all the blanks and then we will discuss. We will learn and revise other words also which are not the right answers. Okay, but please start doing it. Give it a rough reading first. on guys, option number C or C blank. Let's understand. In such questions where you have two words, just make sure you check both the words and you are not in hurry in reading the option, just going through the first word and deciding. Okay, that's all you need. So long before the dash of modern robots का क्या होगा? Rising of robots, afflux is incoming of a lot of air or something like that. तो वो हम नहीं बोल सकते. Emerge, we need a noun. There is the dash of something. तो हम contingency emerge नहीं बोलेंगे. Tide and zenith pinnacle top point होता है किसी चीज का. Tide is the current. तो यहाँ पे we are talking about beginning of something. तो advent and inception आएगा. Outset भी आ सकता था but pinnacle नहीं आता. Outset is the synonym of advent, inception, first arrival, birth of something, origin of something. Outset could have been the correct word but pinnacle is not giving any meaning, so यहाँ पे वो नहीं आएगा. Going ahead, blacksmith of mythical Greek gods fashioned mechanical serving maids from gold and dash. Them with something happened, a verb, an action. So this Hephaestus dash them with, endowed someone with something, endued किसी के ऊपर कुछ की बौछार करना, to give a lot to someone, okay, to in a way give in a manner where the person soaks everything in. तो वहाँ पे के लिए ये word आएगा, and that's why here what we are saying is endowed and endue, and it is something that happened in the past. Fashioned the servants, and one more verb in the second form will come. So anyways, we cannot use able, which is not even a verb here, so C नहीं आ सकता था. Liquid, someone with something बोल सकते थे, but replenish is something that was there, got empty, and now you're filling it again. So there is something that is being given from the first time onwards. So replenish नहीं आता है ना. A bestowed आ सकता था, but then the word dower we cannot use. Dower or dowered जो होता है, it usually it can come with other prepositions also, but usually we use it with respect to dowry. Okay, so dowry का जो verb है, dowry देने के लिए dower का use होता है. यहाँ पे इसका meaning नहीं है. abet and doled दोनों आपके वर्ब के सेकेंड फॉर्म है. डोल्ड मीन्स एज अ नाउन किसी का बेनिफिट कुछ है, बट देन किसी को कुछ डिवाइड कराना, जिसके लिए हम डोल आउट बोलते हैं, है ना। कहीं से किसी को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कराना किसी चीज को, दैट्स डोल. अबेट मीन्स टू हेल्प. ही अबेटेड दिस क्राइम, यूजली इन द नेगेटिव सेंस. ओके, किसी क्राइम के लिए, रॉन्ग करने के लिए जब कोई किसी की मदद करता है तो अबेटमेंट का चार्जेस लगता है, अबेट करना बोलते हैं. यहाँ पे वो नहीं यूज हो सकता था. मूविंग ऑन टू नेक्स्ट सेट. सो लॉन्ग बिफोर समथिंग हैपेंड, नाउ अदर थिंग हैपेंड. थोड़ा सा कहानी पढ़ के चलो, सो दैट यू नो व्हाट इज टू बी mentioned ahead, which allows AI to learn from experience without being dash programmed. Emphatically, explicitly means as it is, clear cut, yes to yes, no to no, there is no in between. So these two, without being programmed in this manner. Okay, that's why emphatically and explicitly का यहाँ पे use हुआ है. Talking about लाइक आप क्लियरली की बात कर रहे हो, एम्पेटिकली भी क्लियर होना विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू अ वे वेयर फोर्सफुली हम किसी चीज को क्लियर करना चाह रहे हैं. एज आई टोल्ड यू, यस का यस, नो का नो, देयर इज नो इन बिटवीन थिंग, बट विच अलाउज एआई टू लर्न फ्रॉम द एक्सपीरियंस विदाउट उसको बहुत ही प्रिसाइसली कोड करे, प्रोग्राम करे. Implicit is in a full manner, utterly, okay, unconditionally, cannot use this. I think other words are very easy, उसको समझाने की ज़रूरत नहीं. They are not the tough words to be taught or revised. Then D1, the possibility of AI servant continues to tantalize, entice, fascinate. वो हमको अपनी तरफ खींच लेती है, pulls us towards itself. So that's why to के साथ verb का first form आएगा, tantalize, entice. Fascinate can come, allure can come. Okay, all these words are synonymous to each other. But the problem with other options, we have the other words also. Second वाला word जो भी है वो काम नहीं कर रहा. To badger someone is to bother someone, B का second वाला. Bait someone is to lure someone in a way where you want to prey on that thing in a negative way. So bait is वो चारा डालना ताकि कोई फंस जाए, to entrap someone. So it has a very negative meaning, and badger of course could not have been the right word. That's why वो B वाला नहीं आएगा. Pester is to badger, pestering, badgering एक ही बात होती है. Bedevil is a verb that means to harass someone, to oppress someone. What does the devil do? All bad things. So doing bad to someone, causing bad things happen in someone's life, उसको bedevil करना कहते हैं. Okay. To allure was सही होता, लेकिन satiate is to satisfy, हम नहीं बोल सकते थे. Slake is to satiate. These two are the synonyms. Also, it means to satisfy. To satisfy the modern imagination, no. Satisfaction का context यहाँ काम नहीं कर रहा है. One more thing to remember, it's not important that the two words, if such a pattern comes in exam, so it is not mandatory कि दोनों ही, they both are not the synonyms of each other. दोनों अपने अपने तरीके से सही हैं. So make sure that you don't just depend on the knowledge of synonyms for doing such questions. Okay. One could imagine a future dash of Alexa, a modification, iteration, level up form, badala hua form. So one could imagine a future iteration, modification of Alexa as a fully automatic robot. Upgrade. The replication is as it is, with no change. Deviation is different from the first one. Redundancy and divergent. Now we want a future redundancy. It's a negative thing. It is being useless. It is so much present और इतना extra है कि काम का ही नहीं है, right? तो वो नहीं आएगा यहाँ पे. Variance नहीं आएगा. Variance, you could have used a future variance of Alexa because it is different from Alexa, but variant, this is adjective. A future what का आंसर हमेशा noun होता है, so we wanted a noun here. Okay. Mutation could have come. Modulation we could not use. Modulation especially is used when you're talking about music, sound, voice of something. So the way we are controlling it, the way we are talking, whispering loud, boldly, in a shaky manner, that's called voice modulation. Okay, so that's why we cannot use this in this paragraph at all. It gives no sense at all. So these were the questions. I hope you might have learned a lot from today's session. Make sure to be here at 1 p.m. daily, Monday to Saturday, unless and until there is any emergency or something which is mentioned from before that we are going to do this or not going to do this, there won't be any change. So we are targeting IRDAI exam, AM exam, and you require a good speed, accuracy, just like you do for other exams as well. Practicing with explanation being given to you is very important at this point of time. जब exam इतना पास में है, you don't have like a year to spend and prepare yourself other things. ठीक है? Like और share कर देना session को before you leave, and if you have any suggestion, you can comment it. We will take that suggestion into consideration and see you guys later. Bye bye.